We don't have a ball. Hey, we need you.
Yes!
Ball. Cut.
What the fuck?
Let's play some horse. I'm the best.
Alright.
Big Ben, how's the team looking with the new dwarf wide receiver? Toss me one.
I got you, bud.
Yo, Evan, try one of these muffins.
Alright, let me try one.
Best shot at 3.
I got serve. Chocolate syrup, please.
Gotcha, man.
Alright. I can't wait to skate.
I swear to God, I'll do it!
Just took the biggest dump. Let me see. Look at it. Crikey! Hey, let me see that. Alright.
Oh, cops, gonna kill me. My mom's gonna kill me.
License and registration, please.
I gotta take a shit. Alright, we're good.
What the hell?
I'm so sorry.
Door smack cam.
What are you doing?
Oh, fuck the short.
On this episode of Catfish.
So his name's Rick. 6'8" solid muscle. He's here. Who are you? It's Rick. Hell no.
Got my shirt on, got my shorts on, fresh kicks, hat. How the fuck do I look?
Tell me about your twin. What's the word, brother?
Brother.
Hey, Evan, watch this.
Easy.
Evan, are you gonna bowl today?
I'm just not a bowler, dude. I guess I could try. Workout time.
I got the results for your tryouts. Martin, you made it.
Yes!
And the bag.
Yes!
Hey, Evan.
Don't say it.
Hey, Evan.
Don't say it.
What's your handicap?
Alright, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, just
No problem. How you doing, bro?
That's it. How are you doing? What? Yeah, business related stuff. I'll just meet you downstairs. Alright. Watch this front flip. Kobe Bryant, this is for you.
Spider dwarf. Spider dwarf. Oh, shit.
Oh my God, he's dead!
Can I help you, sir?
Just got my license, looking for a new car. Something sporty like this one. Taking this out for a test drive.
Watch me make this remote really small.
Did it work?
No. Alright, I'm in the championship. Who am I going against?
And today, TSMC has announced a second major investment. They'll construct a second fab here in Phoenix to build chips, 3 nano chips. The 3 nano chip. Chips that are 3 nano. And you know what I'm saying. Nano, no, I don't know.
Thank you all. God bless you all. Let's go lick the world. Let's get it done.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. It's Friday night. It's John and Ben. Pop that cork. pull that tab, kick back, chill out, listen to the dulcet tones of your two favourite presenters. It's All In!
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, heart full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me?
Well, that's a very high energy intro, isn't it, John?
Yes, it is, Ben. It is. Because we are high energy people.
Are we?
Yeah, I think so.
Are we?
Yeah,
Mark Andrew Chapman says, hi, John and Ben. Mum and me watching from Wolverhampton, liked and shared. That's what I like to see. Thank you, Mark Andrew Chapman, a name that I don't know if I've seen in the chat there before, but hello. Also, I want to quickly address David Peacock and what he said here in the chat. He said treated with the best Star Trek episode in decades.
Oh, no spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers, but I will say this.
Haven't seen it.
I shed a tear.
Oh, but you're a big soft pussy whip.
No, I shed a tear.
Hairy millennial. What else can I say about you?
The carpet, David. The carpet. That's all I'll say. And the distinct voice of Alice Krieg. That's all I will say.
No, so you were right. Fuck's sake.
I was always right. I'm always right.
Shuffle off. Shuffle off to your right slightly.
Like this?
Yeah. That's better. That's better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Do I look better now?
Well, we can see more off you. I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing. Now,
David, she is beautiful, yes.
Remind me, we need troll polls tonight.
We do. And Andrew says, how was the missus's birthday, Ben? Good, I hope. Well, yeah, good. Eventful. It was, well, I say eventful. It kind of went off without a hitch. We went out for a family meal. You know how those go. My grandmother came as well. So it was good. And
It's good
she
going at
got
her
too
age.
much. Well, yeah, she got too much money spent on her. I will say this. I'll tell you what, right? I went out and I bought. It didn't go over my head at all, John.
I
just chose to ignore you.
Yeah.
Right. But I went out yesterday and I was like, oh, I'll get her a bonus present. So stupidly, I went to Pandora. Right. So I went to Pandora. Just because I wanted to get her a necklace that she could display some of her Pandora charms on. And I ended up getting a bundle deal of a chain, one of their special things to put the charms on, and a charm.
Lovely.
80 quid, John.
What?
80 quid.
Okay. You're not so really supposed to tell your wife how much you spent on her. Or how
Is
little.
she watching this? No, she's not.
Well, that's true. That's true.
And that was the bonus present. It was the bonus present on top of all of the others. I almost threw up aghast as I tapped the card for a chitty little silver chain, a little silver ring, and a little silver heart. 80 quid.
Did you expect it to be less or more?
Oh, less. Yeah, less.
Why less?
Because, John.
What world do you live in?
Well, obviously not this one. But otherwise, it was a good day. It was a good day. We had a nice time. And how have you been since our conversation with Mr. Changizi last night, John?
I walked into a door today.
I know. You can't really see it now, but he sent me a picture earlier on, and fucking hell, did he bang his head.
It's probably not. Maybe it's knocked some sense into me.
I was going to say, maybe you really are having senior moments. Maybe those clips of Joe Biden are a bit closer to home, and maybe you've knocked him.
Let's go, lick the world, says Andrew. Indeed. Did you see that little clip? He's some boy, isn't he? What was he? He got all confused between the All Blacks and the Black and Tans when he was talking to Ireland. No Irish here, you know? And he actually meant to say, I may not be Irish, but I am stupid.
Yes. 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 Right. Okay. So this evening I will be taking you on a tantalizing, tasteful journey through the world of Dr. Pepper, imported from the United States. When I change flavour, I will inform you. I will tell you what I'm drinking. Tonight we are starting off with Dr. Pepper, strawberries and cream. Available at your local home bargains for 99p a can. Probably other retailers that are available as well. What are you drinking tonight, John?
Hey, I'm drinking the old speckled hen, the old favourite. I'm back on it. I tried to stay off it, but I couldn't. I'm back on it. No, couldn't.
Back on it.
Just, you know what? See, when the world's so shit, it's really hard to do things like look after yourself, because it's like, why bother? Because you could be dead next week, the way things are going. And I don't mean to depress anyone or bring you down, but you know what? Live every minute. Live for the present, because you just don't know what's coming.
He's right. And that's why I today went to Home Bargains and bought as much high fructose corn syrup in imported American drinks as I possibly can. Because I like the taste of it.
Yeah. There are limits, though, but yeah.
Oh no, this is a United States import. This stuff is high fructose corn syrup all the way. This is what they call full sugar over there.
Yeah. Full fat.
And it's lovely. It's lovely.
Full fat sugar.
Sophie asked, does it have aspartame in it?
Probably. Everything does these days. They are trying to kill you. What the fuck is going on? I think we've got a helicopter.
Absolutely not. The only thing it is sweetened with is high fructose. Oh no, not again.
That's a police helicopter.
Yeah, so it's not. There's no sweeteners in this.
Oh fuck! They have found me. I think the fucker's hovering. Can you hear it?
I can. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, breaking news.
If I go down,
finally had enough of John.
If I go down, you know where to come and spring me.
Yep. So yeah, there's no sweeteners in this at all. So we've got carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, caramel flavorings, color, natural and artificial flavorings, but no sweeteners. No sweeteners. You know, the English version of full sugar Dr. Pepper is rammed full of aspartame.
Yeah, I know.
So it's not really full sugar, is it?
Yeah,
but at least with these imports, you're not getting that shit.
The nanny state not limit the amount of sugar you could put in a drink here, though?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean...
Well, no, they don't limit the amount you can put in. You can put as much as you like in. They just charge you through the fucking earth.
Oh, there's
the
a sugar
tax.
tax.
Yeah. Via the sugar tax.
Fucking sugar tax. It's like you cannot be trusted to do anything for yourself, and that includes thinking these days. You're not allowed to think either. You know, let the government do the thinking for you. Let AI do the thinking for you. Just, you know, let Elon Musk do the thinking for you. You don't need to think. Just listen to people. In fact, that's what we'll do. We'll do our thinking for you, and then you can just listen to us and regurgitate the shite that we spout.
I mean, you could,
or you could switch on, be a bit critical, and do your own research.
Yeah, which we do highly encourage. But if you do just want to regurgitate the things that we say, I feel kind of sorry for you. But you go right ahead and do so.
Speaking of regurgitating the things we see and hear, what did you think of Mark last night?
I thought, he gave me a lot of food for thought, and he thinks very much along the same lines as I do. He just articulates it in a better way, I think.
The Americans always sound convincing, though, don't they? Always sound convincing. Because I remember thinking, looking through his stuff before we coming up, and I was wanting to talk about this, and I thought, I think I'm going to have to try and pick some holes in his theories here. And actually, once we fucking came out, I thought, well, he's probably right.
I mean, let me...
let's just summarise, people. Let's just summarise for those that are hard of thinking, right? 1, we don't support what the people did.
Not at all.
Not at all.
In fact, we despise it, loathe it, hate it.
Yeah,
and
we do.
We want retribution.
We don't think they actually did a good thing.
Nope.
Right? Okay. 2, we won't let them do it again, will we? Will we?
Well, if we get our way, no, but it's not up to us.
Yeah, okay. So, and we have always said this. They're never going to get held to account for it. They won't.
Unfortunately, not.
We would like them to, but that's never going to happen. What I'm saying is, realistically, they're off with it. So, but is it a worldwide conspiracy? Is it really a worldwide conspiracy? If it's a worldwide conspiracy, why are these people always fighting with each other? Do they do this just to make it look good? Do you think they just do this just to make it look good? Or is it really that everybody's doing things for themselves and sometimes they get into conflict like people do? Because not everybody likes everything you do. I mean, we have tiffs all the time, don't we, Ben?
Oh, yeah, we do.
Especially on Fortnite.
But the point is, the way I look at all of this and the way that I wanted to articulate it is that I don't know. When you ask that question, is it a big global conspiracy? I don't know. And do you know what? Anybody watching this, neither do you. Right? You don't know. Nobody really knows what went on in rooms that we weren't in. And all of these big old Twitter accounts and things like that, right? And I support a lot of the people that run them, but a lot of the people that tell you they know for sure what happened and this is definitely what happened, they don't know. We don't know. And we're not here to provide all of the answers because we don't have them. We just, most of the time, ask the questions, report on things and opine. But when it comes to questions like John asked as to whether or not it was like a global conspiracy, or as Mark put it, some mustache twiddler, we're never going to know for sure. But what I think we can know for sure is that the whole point that was made last night is probably correct. And realistically, it boils down to the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah.
Now, just because we don't think what they did was good, in fact, we think it was evil, they do think it was good. They think they were justified. They think they were doing right. Put yourselves in their shoes.
Well, yeah, okay. I mean, let's just for a minute suspend disbelief, okay? Just bear with me here. Suspend disbelief, right? Put yourself in the body of a nubile 21-year-old, okay? And think. Climate change is real. It's a pressing danger. It's going to affect my life. It's going to wipe out loads and loads of animal species. It's going to make the world unbearably hot and impossible to live in. And everybody's telling me this. My school told me this. The TV's telling me this. My university's telling me this. My friends are telling me this. And the government's telling me this. So I believe it. Right? I believe it.
If I'm a 21-year-old woman and I'm invested that heavily in that,
you don't need to be a woman, but... You know.
No, listen, I'm just saying, I'm getting my tits out, standing in Trafalgar Square and going, climate change!
Yeah, but you put yourself in their position and you're never going to change their mind, right? Just because you turn around and say, you know, as a 70-year-old Latimer Alder, right? Or something like that. You turn around and go, well, there's the actual data. And it doesn't support your theory whatsoever. And all these other people are wrong. But the consensus... But as a proper scientist, consensus means nothing in science because it only takes one person to be right and everybody else is fucking wrong. There you go, Teresa. There's your first drink of the night. Should you be playing that drinking game with your drunken Swedes?
I can't see the chat. I need to read.
I don't know if she's in. But she says she's got a house full of drunken Swedes, so I said put us on and have a drinking game because they won't understand a word I'm saying.
Hello, drunken Swedes! Welcome to Chasing Dissent!
No, he's now massacring. You know what I mean? That the Swedish chef out of the Muppets. Right.
Nice.
So there you go. So you're never going to change these people's minds, and that's the problem, right? Because she thinks she's doing good, or he thinks he's doing good. He thinks by gluing his hand to the pavement, he's making a difference, where in reality, he's just being a twat. You know?
Yeah.
And so, that's where we're coming from, because when this happens on a grand scale, people end up in massive conflicts against each other. And, you know, it's all bullshit. It really is.
Andrew Lomax says horse to water. Actually, I would say more like moth to the flame. Because at least if you lead a horse to the water, it might drink. Whereas these climate activists, they are more like... them and their ideology is more like a moth to the flame because they're absolutely destroying themselves. They're destroying their lives. And ultimately, if they get what they want, they'll be destroying the lives of others as well.
Yeah, of course you can call them bad intentioned because they're wrong. Right?
Yes.
They are wrong, right? I mean, when you look at the data, the raw data, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to do it. When you look at the raw data, there's nothing to support their hypothesis. Absolutely nothing, right?
In fact, Harold, we can go one further. We don't just have to call them wrong. We can, as Mark agreed last night, call them evil.
Yeah.
Because what they did was evil.
But what we're saying is, you won't convince them because in their head, they're right.
Yeah.
Why is David off to bed? Did we offend you?
I hope not. I hope not. I hope we have not upset you.
Yeah.
But if it is just that you're a tired man and we're boring you further,
yeah.
God love you. God love you.
But that's what it's all about. So yeah, they are wrong. They're wrong. They're evil. Consensus isn't a thing in science and should never even be brought up. Yeah. You know, which is something that really pisses me off because I don't give a fuck if how many percentage of scientists agree that climate change is a thing. If one of them, if I'm right, they're all wrong. I mean, if Copernicus was right, everybody else was wrong.
Troll poll time.
Okay. What's the troll poll?
Who enjoyed last night's conversation with Dr. Mark Changizi? There you go. troll poll. And whilst you're doing that, Harold says he had a nap before the show. I had a bath before the show. In fact,
hold on.
Sophie says didn't catch it. Well, Sophie, I would actually say to you, it's just over an hour long, right?
Go back and watch it.
And it's worth, maybe not right now, but go back and give it a watch, because it was a very insightful and intellectually engaging conversation.
I have to do the poll from the real.
You have to do the poll from the real.
I have to do the poll from the real side, right?
Right. Spencer says in the chat, I thought it was very engaging. And the thing is, certainly thought-provoking. David says, I'm not offended, I'm exhausted. Well,
right,
why don't you
cool.
leave us on? Why don't you leave us on and let us lull you to sleep?
Because he'll wake up in a fucking drug-induced nightmare. But imagining you chasing haggis round the fucking mountain with your one short leg and your one long leg.
Oh! Oh, he's on it again. He's on it again.
Right, troll poll's up.
So the troll poll, Mark Changizi, good guy, wank. He's the 4th time we've had him on the show, by the way.
It's the 4th or 5th. He's been on Chasing Liberty, the original podcast.
But
as well.
I will tell you this. I'm pretty sure he was spending portions of last night trying to give us a tour of his apartment. It was almost like
I called him out on it straight away, though.
He did it more than once.
Yeah,
he did it more than once. I just got to go and turn the air conditioning on. It's getting hot in here. I thought, you lucky
bastard, air conditioner.
Yeah.
You have electricity. You can afford electricity. My God, man, you must be loaded.
He lives in Miami. Things are quite cheap there.
You think?
David says, okay, now that's the stuff of nightmares. I know.
Yes, it is.
Good night. Oh, well, good night,
good
David.
Night, David.
Nice.
Sleep well, my man. You can always catch up later. Anytime. Or even tune into the omnibus on a Sunday.
You know what? Andrew says in the chat, I thought he was going to have a jacuzzi at one point.
That's quite chilled, isn't he?
Well, if you are new to the channel, then every August the 27th, which is my birthday, I do a show from the hot tub, don't I, John? Every year.
Well, you've done it for the last 2 years, yeah.
Last 2 years, yeah.
Okay.
Last 2 years, I give you a show from the hot tub on my birthday. From the hot tub. It's one of them inflatable lazy spa hot tubs. Nothing flash, nothing.
Yeah,
nothing
but you couldn't afford to
expensive.
heat it the last time.
I can't afford to heat it this year
So
at all.
it'll
it's
be a show from the cool tub.
Well, yes, but the bubbles will be on, and I will be. Are you back on the old speckled hen again, there, John? Or are you
Yes,
moving
I
on?
am. Old speckled hen, not sponsored. Just quite like it.
If American Dr. Pepper wish to start sending me loads and loads of free drinks, I'll take it. I'll take it, and I'll sing your praises. Right, let's move on then. What else have you got for us to chat about tonight?
Well, there's loads to talk about, mate, isn't there? Really is. Well,
Shall
first
we
of all,
move?
it's Lady Gaga, dude. What the hell was all that about? Did you see the video?
No.
It looked like a winky. I sent it to you.
I did not get it. I'm not going to lie. I didn't
It's
get
in
it.
the chat. It was on the Twitter chat. I mean, if she comes off that scooter, it looks like she's got a winky. Either that or a very large clitoris. Or hood of the
maybe.
clitoris.
Maybe. Do you know what? Either way, man or woman, I simply don't care, because at the end of the day, she's a fucking weirdo. She's just a weirdo. Although that one time during the halftime show where she jumped off the top of the stadium, I thought that was pretty cool. So all power to her.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Anyway, so there you go. Right.
Andrew says, speaking of freebies, John, would you like a Costa gift card?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Why not?
There's nobody offering me a fucking Costa gift card.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm just...
What do you need?
Give it.
What do you need? Do you need an email or do you need an address?
Andrew's got you on Twitter, so you can just
hit me
see
up.
over there.
Hit me up on Twitter. Phone me.
Harold seems to think that Lady Gaga will marry Sadiq Khan.
I'm not quite sure what Harold has been consuming today, but maybe we just want to
Andrew
let
says
that
he'll
one
send
go.
me. Andrew says he'll send me Buckfast, and Spencer says I need a Carvery gift card. You're absolutely right, Spencer. Toby Carvery. If that's what people want to, get me for my birthday, just Toby Carvery gift cards this year, I'll take them.
Right. Okay. So let's start with them. Let's start with bird flu. Okay. I want to start with bird flu because the lockdown has been finished. So bird flu is officially over.
Right.
You know there was a lockdown.
I did not.
Yeah, for the chickens. That's why there's been no free-range eggs. They've been in lockdown for the last 3 months. So now they're getting let back out because bird flu is finished and we're going to get free-range eggs again. Boom.
Yay?
Yay! Well, the chickens get out. The chickens get out in fresh air. I mean, think of the chickens.
Kentucky Fried.
I don't want to revert. I mean, every time when people mention Kentucky Fried, I think of that guy seasoning the chick before he put it in the air fryer. Holy fuck.
Oh no!
That's just ridiculous. I mean, and he wasn't far from Kentucky, was he? In fact, he was in Kentucky. Oh my God, he was in Louisville, Kentucky when he did it. Jesus Christ. See, it is a conspiracy. Everything's a fucking conspiracy.
If that is the case, then
it was Louisville
here,
University in Kentucky.
Then that's it. Reincarnation confirmed. It was Colonel Sanders.
So what we're looking for? A white dude that looks like the guy off the Monopoly box. Okay. Right, so moving on. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the big leak? Do you want to talk about the leak?
I don't want to go there just yet.
Right, okay. You want to talk about China? China promises. Now this is, people aren't going to like this, but I am no stranger to controversy, yeah?
Okay.
Right? So China promises a bigger and better dog festival this year, especially for the tourists. Right? Now, you know what China does at the dog festival?
Mass slaughter dogs.
Yeah, they kill dogs and eat them.
Right.
Right, okay. So they're promising a bigger and better one this year.
Right.
And because they want to show off to tourists. Because tourists are back. Right. So this just underlines the massive cultural difference. And
Well, exactly.
the massive difference in the way we think compared to Chinese people, right? Because we don't eat dogs generally, right?
No, that we know of.
Yeah. So we don't eat our dogs. I mean, we treat them as pets and companions and friends, right?
Yeah.
And I'd like to think if the chips were down, the dog would be the last one I'd eat, because I'm hoping the dog would help me get other food, it could help me run down a deer, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm hoping the dog and I could work together to bring down other game and we could share it, and I wouldn't have to eat my best friend. Now,
no, because at some point, if the dog's not getting the food, it will try and eat you. So.
Well, yes, but this is where you got to draw the line at some point, right? So, so just because we don't eat dogs, doesn't mean that it's right for us to step in and tell other people they can't. Does it? Or does it?
I completely agree with you, right? Because it's the same as all of these people. Do you remember the horse meat scandal? Do you remember that? Just it was more 7-8 years ago or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Well, it could have been longer, but the horse meat scandal. The thing is, a lot of Europe eat equine, eat horse. It's actually quite a staple in many European countries.
Well, you know why? I mean, you know why? Because after the Second World War, right, when the Second World War finished,
Yeah.
all the Allied armies left all the horses behind. Rather than, well, they weren't taking them back to America. And they weren't taking them back to Britain. They just left them behind. So they had loads and loads of horses. There's no fucking vegetation because all the agriculture was ruined. And they had very little other animals, so they ate the horses that were left.
But do you know what?
Yeah, you know what?
Might sound controversial. It tastes great.
Yeah, it works. If it works for you, you're going to do it. So the question is, right? People on Twitter are going, why isn't the British government stepping in and telling China to stop this shit? Pardon me?
Why should they?
My point exactly. See, this is...
I'm not on the side of China here, but...
But this is the people, this is the same people, right, that turn around and say, well, you shouldn't be doing that in the street. You shouldn't be praying to Allah in the street because this is Britain and you should respect their values. Well, hold on a minute.
Don't tell another culture what they can and can't eat.
If you want them to respect our values, you can't fucking go to China and tell them not what they can and can't do. Can you?
Agree. No, you can't. And that might sound controversial coming from us, but at the end of the day, if it's okay to eat one animal, it's okay to eat all animals. As far as I'm concerned. Obviously, it's morally probably not okay to eat your best mate Steve. Let's not go there. But if it's okay to eat chicken, beef,
remember the German guy,
pork, then I would say
that advertised for people to be eaten.
Yeah. Yeah.
He basically put an advert in the paper asking for people to come to dinner with them as the course.
Yeah.
And people turned up, prepared to be eaten.
Those people have what we'd like to call a mental health problem, John.
Both of them, yeah, they do.
Yeah. But the point of the matter is, then, if it's okay to eat a cow, it's okay to eat a dog.
Yeah, it is. It's just we're sentimental about them because, you know, we think they're nice, fluffy man's best friend. But,
I mean,
you know,
to be honest with you, there's not much meat coming off a dog.
No, there isn't much meat coming off a dog. There's not much meat comes off a squirrel or a rabbit either, but you still eat rabbit, you know?
Yeah, people eat rabbits all the time and we keep them as pets. People like rabbit stew and things like that. I mean, rabbit meat's so lean that if you ate nothing but it, you would starve to death.
Yeah, you probably would. It's a bit lean.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you only ate rabbit meat, you'd starve.
It's strange though how almost everything, if it's not beef or pork, tastes like chicken. Because rabbit's a bit like chewy chicken. Alligator, chewy chicken. Kangaroo,
kind of like, beefy, kind of gamey.
Kind of beef, kind of venison-y, yeah.
Yeah,
ostrich, kind of venison-y, yeah.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I've eaten all of these things. I've eaten shark. I've eaten kangaroo. I've eaten.
Oh, shark's fantastic.
Oh, isn't it just?
Best fish and chips ever. In Australia, where's the racetrack? Where's the racetrack down south of Melbourne? What was it? Phillip Island. Flake and chips. They call it flake because there's no bones in shark, and when they deep fry it, the cartilage just dissolves, so there's just nothing there. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is good. I mean, we've got a place around the corner. It's like a meat wholesalers, and they've just got a section of exotic things. You can get shark, you can get kangaroo, you can get alligator, and things like that. It's not cheap, but you can get some really good stuff out of there.
Alligator's all right as well.
It's okay, but
it's a bit like chewy chicken.
But yeah, not to defend China, because we don't like defending, well, at least the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, but not to defend them, but no, the British government should not be stepping in.
No, they shouldn't.
If this is what they do, and you know, maybe we do or don't agree with it, it's certainly not a festival I'm going to, put it that way.
No, it's not something I'd support.
No. But how is it for us to step in and tell them what they've been doing this for God knows how long? Culturally, it's their thing. They're not doing it for like ritualistic sacrifice or anything. They are doing it for food. So,
pardon me.
Why should we be stepping in and doing anything about it? Why should we? We shouldn't. Right, before we move on, we're going to take the next step on our journey through the tastes of Dr. Pepper.
Oh God, here we go.
Dr.
Well,
Pepper.
hold on, you didn't give us any
soda.
You didn't give us any kind of feedback on the strawberries and cream. Other than it was good.
Would you like some feedback on the strawberries and cream?
Yeah. Was it too sweet?
It was very sweet.
Yeah.
Right? It was very sweet, but you could really taste the notes of strawberry coming through. The cream, not so much, but you could really taste. You could obviously taste that classic Dr. Pepper flavor, but
hold
there
on,
were
hold
really
on.
heavy notes.
Right? No. What do you mean you could taste the classic Dr. Pepper flavor? You mean the horrible taste, the thing that tastes like cough medicine?
Yeah, it's great.
No, but you can't taste that at all on the cream float.
No, well, when we get there.
Yeah, I know.
We will get there.
Yeah, but I've had a cream float.
Yeah, but no, it was nice. It was just extremely sweet, So now we move on, and I will explain when I finish. Dr. Pepper and cream soda, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, no aspartame, no sweeteners.
Just high fructose corn
ASMR.
syrup. It will rot you from the inside out.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's really good. I'll explain more later.
Okay. Right, what are we on to now then?
Nicola Bully.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything today, but I mean, up front, people, this is idle speculation and nothing but opinion from us, okay? But you don't go looking to confirm someone's drowned in a river by diving in the river after you've taken the person out the river.
No.
Because there's nothing to find to confirm that she died of drowning. So my suspicion is she was dead when she entered the river, which would then indicate she didn't die from drowning. And that leads us back to suspects. And if we lead back to suspects, one has to question the black eye, which no one has accounted for or answered. And Ben used to bang on about it every day. He's got a black eye.
He's got a black eye. I kept saying it. He's got a fucking black eye.
He did have a black eye. I agreed with Ben on this occasion.
Yeah, well, and it was quite pronounced at one point as well. Like it was in like 3 or 4 different patches under his eye.
Yeah. Who do you think got a black eye?
Well, that's all we can say. I'm not gonna name anyone. We're not gonna name anyone at this point because obviously we don't want to get caught up in anything. But he had a black eye the entire time. Even when he went on Channel 5, they tried to cover it up with makeup, and they did not do a good job of it.
Started with a hat and a big scarf, and then he went on Channel 5 with the makeup. Yeah.
And all I'm saying is now they're back, or they were back in the river. And as John says, as an ex-police officer, I might add, you don't go diving the river again if you think somebody just drowned. And it's not even like 3 or 4 days after the fact, is it?
No. So they're looking for a weapon.
I would think that would be what. Yeah.
Yeah. Statistically, it's almost. Andrew's right. Statistically, it's almost always the person closest to them. Almost always. That's where you start.
All I'm saying is the black eye. People should have questioned it. Now, I'm not blaming anybody, and I'm not doing what other commentators have done and saying she's not real. But
well, you just did, but he didn't mean that. She is real. She is real, and she did die. No, the CCT did not provide an alibi. That was over-egged, I think.
And also something that was never released publicly. Never. So we couldn't answer that. at the end of the day, because we just don't know.
Yeah, but what we're not going to do is we're not going to call out someone's name on suspicion at this early stage of the game, because as I said when I started this, it is only speculation. But I cannot understand why the police would be diving in a river where someone had already been extracted from it dead, right, in order to confirm that they died in the river. Okay? So,
like John said, the way you confirm that is via autopsy.
Yeah.
Not via the river.
Yeah. Well, you'd look for Nicola Bulley.
Well, an investigation would go down this route, Andrew, if they... once again, mere speculation, but if they did not in any way believe that she drowned in that river.
Yeah, I mean, it's Nicola Bulley and... is that Harold? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Nicola Bulley. She drowned in the river, or she died and was retrieved from the river, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, we all thought, well, she fell in the river and drowned. But the police are back in the river, and they're diving at the spot where she was recovered, or within a mile either side or whatever. So what are they looking for? Because you're not confirming she died by drowning by diving in the river.
Exactly right. So it doesn't.
Yes, Andrew. Why would an investigation go down this route? Because they're looking for, I think they're looking for a weapon. Because as someone said, I think you could probably think there may be a murder.
And if I had been on TV lots with a black eye, right now I would be thinking about going on holiday.
Yeah, well,
a very extended holiday to a country with no extradition.
Go to Brazil, knock up one of the locals and get them pregnant. Because once you've done that, you're bomb-proof. They won't extra. That's what Ronnie Biggs did. Do you remember this great train robber?
Yep.
Yep, that's what he did. Once you've got a child born in Brazil, you're bomb-proof. They're not going to extradite you.
Well, whether or not they wouldn't release a statement yet if they're still continuing to investigate.
Yeah, because they've not found it yet.
Until they've got something.
Yeah.
But John is right, and as the ex-police officer, certainly more the expert on this than me, but I come to the same conclusion. You don't go diving again in the river unless you are looking for something that is vital to the case.
Yes, indeedy. Anyway, shall we move on? What about the BBC doubling down after they'd embarrassed themselves by asking Elon Musk questions about the increased level of hate speech on Twitter, and yet were unable to give any examples at all? I mean, you think, if I was going to ask you a question, Ben, do you think I'd have something? If I was going to accuse you of something happening that you were in charge of, right? So, for instance, say I was to say, there's been an increased number of bird shit in the garden since you got rabbits, right?
Yeah.
And you would say, well, how do you know this? And I'd say, well, I counted them. I counted them in, and I counted them out, right? But no, he just goes, there's been an increased level of hate speech on Twitter, and Elon Musk said, can you give me some examples? And he said, well, basically nothing. He said nothing, didn't he?
No, he just kept saying, well, I saw it in my For You feed, and I don't use that anymore. I don't use the For You anymore. I only look at the people I'm following. Deflection.
Subjective opinion, which means nothing, right?
It means absolutely nothing. And in fact, you know what? I could actually give a much firmer example. So this evening, ladies and gentlemen, John's been looking through my eyes sometimes, and I have essentially been exposing racists, haven't I, John?
Well, right, tell them what happened. So they have cast the Lilo and Stitch character.
Yeah, so Lilo and Stitch, that Disney movie with the four-armed shape-shifting alien, right? That fictional movie, all of the characters in it, complete works of fiction.
It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. They're not even real people.
So they're shooting a live action remake, I believe, going straight to Disney Plus, not going to the cinemas. But they have cast Sydney Agudong as Nanny, who is the sort of older sister / carer character.
And she's what, natural born Hawaiian girl, is she?
Yes, yes. So the character is a natural born Hawaiian girl, and the actress is a natural born Hawaiian girl. But because her skin is slightly lighter, she is pretty white.
Stop slightly lighter. She's fucking white. She's whiter than I am.
But because she is white, we've now got a whole slew of racists on Twitter going after this girl because of her skin color. Despite the fact she is a natural born Hawaiian, playing a natural born Hawaiian. And then these are the same people, by the way, that celebrated when Tinkerbell was race swapped black, when The Little Mermaid was race swapped black, sorry. They celebrate this, but then they say, oh my God, they're whitewashing it. They're whitewashing it because they're fucking racists.
Yeah, they are.
And
yeah, but you can't be racist if you're having a go at white people.
One of them actually said to me, there's a difference between racism and colorism, and we're being colorist.
He did that.
I thought you... One of them said to me, it would be like casting a white South African as Nelson Mandela. And I had to respond to him. I had to say, do you think that Lilo and Stitch is real? Because Nelson Mandela was a real person.
Maybe.
Right? But these people, they are just attacking this poor girl based upon nothing but her skin color. And they're just, these are the far leftists. These are the be kind people. These are the people who think they're the good guys. Now, if you want to look at an increase in fucking hate speech or an increase in racism, go to @FilmUpdates on Twitter. In fact, I've already quote tweeted it in my... And just look at the racist tirade of abuse coming from these people. And all I've been doing for the last couple of hours is winding them up, haven't I, John?
You have.
I've been having a fantastic time. And they actually thought it was getting to me, and I'm sitting here laughing the entire time through. Because it really is nice to show racists up for what they are.
Yeah.
It is good fun.
I mean, it's like the guy that... Well... Some American vet went to Ukraine to fight for Ukraine, and he got killed. Grady or something was his name, right? Ex-Marine, and he got killed fighting in Ukraine. And I said, what a waste, you know, what was he fighting for, and what did you know? It's just a waste of a life fighting someone else's war. And someone came back, because I said, what for? You know, why did he die? What for? And somebody came back and said, to stop Russia. Right? And I'm thinking, to stop Russia what? Because in real terms, when has Russia ever threatened the West? I'll wait. In real terms. No, they haven't. And then he gave a list of countries that Russia had invaded. Well, or parts of country like Crimea and Donetsk and all this. And it's like, right, okay, so these are these are effectively local border disputes. These are not 204 foreign incursions by the military since 1945 that the USA has done.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, no, we don't.
We don't talk about that because they're installing freedom.
Yes, but they're really actually
stealing oil. What?
Yeah, but they have been, but now they're are propping up their economy. But now they're really starting to struggle because people are pulling away from the USA at every turn. Even Europe is looking. I mean, look at Macron when he stands up and gives his effectively anti-USA speech, saying Europe needs to stand on its own 2 feet and needs to not be a vassal state of the US. And let's face it, Europe is a vassal state. I mean, effectively, Germany's still fucking occupied. There's over 20,000 US troops in Germany, you know? So it's still an occupied country. I mean, how many US troops are in the UK?
Yeah, we got US bases, haven't we?
Yeah.
I see them occasionally when I'm driving along the old M25. You'll see the old US Army trucks rolling along beside you. They are a presence. They're not a massive, major presence, I would say, but yeah, Germany is pretty much occupied. It is a vassal state. Europe is a vassal state. The EU should not exist, and I know that will upset all the people that love it. The EU should never have existed in the first place, and all of this bollocks.
It should have stayed as trading bloc. The European Economic Community. That would have been fine.
And we'd still be in it right now.
Mm-hmm. Right, so
what they did was
hold on,
Mr. Jungle
Griffin. Mr. Jungle Griffin, and I love you dearly, but we have nukes. So what? So what? We don't have that many. We get 225, right? We've got 225, most of which are delivered by submarine. Okay? Mm-hmm. We only have one submarine at sea at any one time because the rest is either broken or in refit. We have 4 submarines.
And
that's shit. It. So if we have 225 nukes, we have what? We have them in storage. And we could maybe put a second submarine to sea at short notice. So
I mean, we've got 225 that we know of.
Yeah.
We've probably got more.
No, we probably don't. We probably get less. But if we say, how many nukes are on a sub? 16? Okay.
Possibly.
16. So maybe we put 32 nukes out to sea, and then we've got aircraft delivered nukes, which would probably never get there, right? Never. Because the Russians do have some of the best air defense systems in the world, especially their new S-400s, S-450s. So we're a launch pad for the USA. They're not getting there either, because the USA technology has been found to be very much wanting. So it looks like their highly faluted, guided precision weapons are failing at around about 50% in Ukraine, because you're not fighting camel jockeys, right? No. You are fighting a highly trained and extensive army on its own ground, right, on its own territory, that has trained to do nothing but defend itself from NATO since the end of the Second World War. So all they've ever done is develop weapons to counteract the American and the NATO weapons that would be aimed against them. Because we were never actually ever going to see a Red Storm rising. The Russians were never going to invade us, because what would be the advantage? They had enough problems. They had enough problems running their own country without trying to fucking run ours, right? And they've got all the resources anyway, so they don't need to come and take ours, because we don't have any. So when you look at it sensibly, Russia's more of a prize to us than we are to Russia.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps.
I wouldn't say that Russia's nukes don't work. I wouldn't like to bet on that, especially when that country has more nukes, and combined with China, has more nukes than the rest of the world.
Yep.
I mean, Russia's got more nukes than the US anyway.
Russia and China are very good friends, and that should worry you. That should worry you.
Well, they don't even need to be friends, but they're in a marriage of convenience. They really are. Because you think about it, Putin and Xi obviously got together before Putin invaded Ukraine, because they waited for the Olympics and all that to finish up.
Yep.
Yeah. So they did all that, and I think what's happened now is, and if you look at why Putin's special military operation was a spectacular failure, if you look at that video, that explains it exactly. Because it was a failure, because this should have been finished last April.
Yeah.
And that was what Putin intended. It should have been done and dusted. The peace agreement would have been signed. Ukraine would still be a country. All these people wouldn't have died. It would be a neutral country. It would not be joining NATO, but it would still be alive and it would still exist. Now Ukraine is finished. There is never going to be a Ukraine. Yep, Boris Johnson. There's never going to be a Ukraine as you know it, because Russia is not going to give up anything east of the diaper now.
And you can bet that the USA are going to start turning public opinion that way as well. And that, I think, falls nicely into talking about the leaks, right?
Well, hold on a minute. I'm just going to address this. Why did Putin... What's Putin wanting the money for, Harold? Because he's not a flash bastard.
I mean, I can't...
he's got his Dasher and he's got his yacht, right? But other than that, what's he doesn't have fucking, a mansion in Miami like Zelensky has. So what's Putin want to pocket the money for? Because you know who is pocketing the money? Zelensky and his generals are pocketing the money, because that's what they've just been shown to be doing. They've been skimming. His wife. Yeah, they've been skimming money. And it goes further than generals. It goes down to about the lieutenant colonel level in Ukraine. And the soldiers know about it, and that's why all the Ukrainian soldiers now are turning around and going, what the fuck are we fighting for? We actually want to go back to Kiev and we want to string Zelensky up. That's what they're saying when you go and listen to them on Telegram groups. That's the Ukrainian soldiers. That's what they're saying. Not the shit you get on the BBC and not the shit you get on the American TV. This war's finished. It's just taken a long time to actually die. But Russia's won it. There's no dispute there.
And moving on to those leaks, I think the USA are going to firmly come to that conclusion as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we can delve deeper into it. I'll let you go off on one. Go on, tell us about the leaks. Right.
Okay. So, Jack is, what's his name?
Teixeira.
Right. Okay. Jack Teixeira has been apprehended as the leaker. 21-year-old National Guard Air Reserve or something, right? An airman, Discord, a reserve airman in the National Guard who leaked these documents initially to a group of teenage gamers.
Yep, because it was done on Discord.
Yeah. What do you think of that, Ben? Because I've got one word for you.
Go on him.
Bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. The guy's a suspect. Not a suspect. The guy's a patsy. He is nothing but a patsy. This was leaked by the US military.
I would say probably through him.
Possibly, but it's been leaked. Yes. It's been leaked deliberately by the higher ups in the US military to fucking get the politicians to start seeing sense. Because the military know they can't fight a war in Ukraine and win it, right? And they certainly can't fight a war in Ukraine and fucking repulse China from Taiwan. They have no capacity to fight on two fronts. Now remember, each of those wars are 6,000 miles away from the US. Yeah. So how the hell are they meant to logistically fight a war in two arenas, right? When they don't have the capacity to do it. They've not even got the ammunition now, and they're still not on a war front, and they're still not ramped up their production. So there is no chance.
So Harold wants to know, I believe, what do the documents say? And I'm trying to find them now.
Well, you know what? It doesn't really matter what the documents say. Okay, but I think the documents are a bit light on the numbers, but the documents are saying the kill ratio is 1 to 7, right? So for every one Russian that dies, 7 Ukrainians die. Okay?
Yep.
I think that's light. I think it's more like 1 to 10, possibly 1 to 15.
Right.
Because I think you're going to be aghast when you find out the number of Ukrainian soldiers that are dead.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. And the American military know this. And they know that giving them 32 Abrams tanks isn't going to make one whit of a difference.
Not one.
Not one whit.
Not one.
So I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to wind in the necks of people like Blinken, who's a complete out-and-out idiot warmonger. Biden, who's a complete out-and-out idiot. Secretary of Defense Austin, who is so far promoted beyond his pay grade that it's unbelievable. His ability to manage this situation has got to be such a gargantuan mistake. It's like putting Hamza Yusuf in charge of Scotland.
Yeah.
Fuck, hold on. They fucking did that. So, yeah, that's the kind of level of stupidity that we're dealing with here. We've got Hamza useless level stupidity running the American defense industry and, the American defense. And, you know, there is no chance these guys are going to... There's no chance that we're going to wind back. So I think what they're trying to do is they're now trying to set up the politicians to start reining it in and tell the population that, you know, all that money that you gave up and the reason your economy's in fucking tatters? Well, really, we kind of made a mistake, but we're not going to say we made a mistake. We're just going to say, well, it appears that Zelensky's let us down. And you know, these little leaks that start coming out about Zelensky creaming and skimming the money and giving it away to his generals and all that, that's all part of it, because they'll turn around and go, well, we gave them the money, but they squandered it on things like villas in Miami.
Yeah.
So that's my view. That's my view. In a nutshell, America's trying to back out of it because America's looking like fucking arseholes right now. And everybody's starting to see it. France has seen it. The only people that are standing with America at the moment are really the UK and the stupid people in Sweden and Finland who fucking think it's a great idea to join NATO. Why would you join a failing organisation? I mean, the Finnish are building a fence between Finland and Russia now. Why do you need to build one now when you didn't have to build one before? Because
Isn't
obviously...
that racist?
Sorry?
Isn't building walls between nations racist? I thought that's what we were taught to believe.
But regardless of that, why are you building one now when you hadn't built one before? So obviously there wasn't a problem then. So now that you've joined NATO, the only reason you can be building a fence between Finland and Russia is to keep the fucking Finnish in and stop them escaping to Russia, where they'll probably get better treated the way things are going.
Okay, John's been very, very vocal and very passionate on this entire situation, isn't he?
Sorry.
I'm going to shift. I'm going to shift a little bit. I'm just going to shift. John, could you put us full screen just for a second?
Yes, I can.
So that I can share my screen with you.
Ooh.
Okay, so not me full screen. I want us full screen, both of us.
Oh, you mean you want that?
Yeah, like we
right.
were doing last night.
Go on.
Right, okay. So, yeah, that's the correct one. So we'll go on here. So, who remembers Sam Brinton, Biden's old nuclear, I guess, waste disposal expert? Why are you looking at that screen? Let me stop.
I don't know what you're doing, Ben. You're in control, mate.
Tried to share the wrong screen. Right, let's try this again. Does this have the correct screen on it now?
Yes. Oh, I remember him, yeah.
Yeah, he's been found guilty of theft of 2 women's suitcases and was given a 180-day suspended jail sentence and ordered to pay one of his female victims $3,600.
So, has he been fired?
I would hope so.
Yeah, I would hope so too.
I would hope so. But yeah, Vaughn says, oh God, has been nicking knickers again.
Yeah, well, that's basically, I think that's what he was doing, stealing people's clothes.
I just wanted to share the screen there. We can go back to normal view now. I just wanted to share the screen there just to show people who I was talking about, to be honest.
Yeah, but, it was kind of scary.
It was scary, and I did it on purpose. I did it to scare you. I did it to to make you fear the Reaper and maybe not sleep very well tonight, John.
I think I'll sleep fine, mate.
But yeah, this guy was responsible for nuclear waste disposal in the United States.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, that's actually not a bad job to give him, because to be fair, there isn't really a lot of nuclear waste.
No, RCW, this isn't old. He was only found guilty in the last sort of 24 hours.
Yeah.
Been on trial for a while, though.
The incident happened maybe a year or so ago. I mean, I remember reporting on it. But, yeah, it takes a while for these things to get through court. But, yeah, so there isn't really a lot of nuclear waste, so it's probably a good job to give him, because there's not a lot to get rid of.
I mean, why did he have any job within the government at all?
Because they're Democrats and they need to be seen to be inclusive. Box tick. Yeah, yeah.
But this dude probably getting a fucking brilliant salary doing the job that he was doing.
Do you remember Christine? Right. Do you remember Christine Lagarde?
I know the name.
The former head of the IMF, the International Monetary Fund.
Oh yes.
So, Christine's been found guilty.
She has.
Of basically fraud by giving, payments to countries that she shouldn't have done, and, mismanaging funds and all that. So she's been found guilty of criminal charges, but is receiving no punishment.
But I would say that Sam Brinton here got no punishment either. Yeah, he had to pay one of his victims $3,600, probably to recompense what he stole.
But she's not even getting a suspended sentence. She's getting no punishment.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If it were you or me, though...
Oh, we'd be in jail for the rest of our life.
Oh, yeah, we'd get the fucking jail. We would get the jail. Yeah. But I imagine she gets to live a life of opulence, and it'll almost just go away. Just go away like it never happened. And then we'll probably end up on some, $250,000 speaking tour.
Mm-hmm.
That's because that's what these people do, isn't it? All of these fuck-ups. They fuck up. It's like Blair and Johnson and all of our ex-prime ministers, right? They fuck up royally.
Mm-hmm.
They do something to fuck theirs or someone else's country. And instead of getting, held accountable or responsible, and this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we can tell you we're pretty fucking sure nobody's getting held accountable for the last 3 years. Because look at what Tony Blair did. And doesn't the fucker command about £250,000 just to go and speak at somebody's dinner?
Yeah, probably.
How many people is he responsible for the deaths of?
Oh, millions. I mean, have you seen the road to hell? The highway that got bombed out of oblivion, right? So Saddam's forces were retreating from Kuwait, and the Americans cut them off at both ends.
Yeah.
So there was a military convoy, but there were civilians in there as well.
Yeah.
And you'll have seen some of the pictures of the burnt people hanging out of tanks and trucks and things like that, right?
Right.
So that was basically, they sealed off both ends of it by bombing both ends, and then they just continued airstrikes until they wiped out everyone that was on that road. Now, to me, that's probably a war crime, because those people weren't even trying to fight you, they were trying to retreat.
I think a lot of our leaders have done or ordered to be done could be considered war crimes. Yeah. In every sitting government, probably, except the Trump administration, because he didn't really start any wars. Well, he tried not to. At the end of the day,
did he not kill somebody though? Did he not?
He says he killed al-Baghdadi.
Yes.
He likes to brag that he killed al-Baghdadi, doesn't he?
I don't like the way. See, I don't like the way that Americans use technology to try and kill people at a distance, because they don't want to put their own people in the firing line.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason why I don't think they're going to go into Ukraine, because the American public will fucking flip when they start seeing body bags coming back.
Well, this is it. And they will.
Because
and they will. That's
the last
that's
time,
the reality of the situation.
yeah, the last time that happened was Vietnam, and you know the shitstorm that caused. Well,
The problem is
there's no appetite for it now.
the problem is we've got a commander-in-chief that probably thinks he's still in Vietnam, over in the United States.
Yeah, and he thinks his son died there, a hero.
He thinks he thinks his son died in Iraq or Afghanistan. doesn't he?
Yeah, aye, whatever. Yeah,
And he didn't. He died of cancer, I believe.
a brain tumor, I thought it was.
Yeah, brain tumor. That's an issue when you've got somebody that's allegedly got the codes, you know, the nuclear codes, who doesn't even know what fucking day of the week it is. All bets are off. All bets are off.
The guy's scary. He scares me.
It scares me. And not for the reasons that he should scare me.
Yeah, he's not fit. He's not fit to be in that position.
No.
And so the thing that scares me more than anything is who's running the actual show in America?
You better fucking hope it's not him.
I think it could even be Obama. Behind the scenes. But who could possibly, who's running the show? That's the problem. Because it can't be him. Is it Jill? Is Jill running the show?
This man can't string a sentence together anymore.
I mean, Jill's coming to the coronation.
But Joe isn't.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Isn't Joe here at the moment as well?
Yeah, he's in Ireland, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he came to Downing Street as well, didn't he?
Yeah, probably. I can't keep up with him and the elf. Have you seen?
Well,
did you see that photoshopped picture that was posted on Twitter?
No.
So somebody had enlarged Sunak so he looked like a real-sized human being, right?
No.
Because, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think Joe Biden may be many things, right? But he's not short. He's not a short individual, right?
No, he's not.
I think he's about 6'1" or something like that.
Yeah, well, he's a tall man, shall we say? He is a tall man, yeah.
But in this picture, they're both sitting down, and Sunak actually looks taller than him.
Oh, well, it's either Photoshop or he's on a booster seat.
It's a Photoshop because he looks bigger all over.
Now, when you go to the cinema, right, and you've got your kids with you, they've usually got them little plastic booster seats you can put up on. Do you think Rishi has to use one of those in the cinema?
I think he has to use one in the car. Do you remember him getting out that 4x4 in Ukraine?
Yeah.
He had to slide across the seat and jump down with his 2 feet. It was actually like a dwarf coming out of a regular car. In fact, maybe it was a dwarf coming out of a regular car. Or possibly an elf. Did you see my tweet to him? I asked him if he was descended from a long line of a breakaway group of South Asian elves.
RCW says Rishi Sunak is 4'11". I can neither confirm or deny
I
that.
don't know, but he's tiny.
I don't know. But what I can confirm,
yeah,
is how this tasted.
Oh god!
I have finished the Dr. Pepper and cream soda, so we can continue to move through our wonderful taste of Dr. Pepper. Now, John.
Yeah.
They mix Dr. Pepper and cream soda. That's it.
Okay, and was it good or bad or indifferent?
It was really good.
All right, okay. I don't like Dr. Pepper. I think it's foul.
But you like this one, don't you? Moving on to our final drink.
Yeah, just regular
Dr. Pepper
vanilla
float.
Yeah, that is. It's actually nice. It's a bit sweet, but it is nice. I'm a bit of a sucker for a vanilla float.
And my third can of high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
During this show. I've had about 4 other cans of it today, so I'm probably not going to sleep tonight. I'm wired. I will say that.
Yeah, Mr. Jordan Griffin, he did look okay with Zelensky because Zelensky himself is a bit of a dwarf, isn't he?
Do you think Zelensky looks at that Oscar that he borrowed every single day
No.
and just goes, "One day you will be mine"?
No, I think
One
Zelensky. I think Zelensky at the moment is sitting looking at the back of a fucking chair, thinking, "How the fuck did I get into this situation, and how the
how do I
fuck
get out of
am
it?"
I going to get out of it?" I think that's what Zelensky's doing right now. I think Zelensky is fucking shitting bricks because he's either going to die in Ukraine or he's going to have to extricate himself to the US.
Yeah.
Because he cannot stay in Ukraine, because if Putin doesn't get him, his own people will.
At this point, I think you could be right. And it's self-inflicted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It is self-inflicted. Okay. Yeah, please don't get me started.
Oh,
Andrew,
don't go! Fucking hell! Don't go near the teeth. No, don't start.
No, let's not go for the teeth. No,
Right,
please
okay.
don't. RCW thinks that Zelensky will be bumped off. Dreadeye and Julie C think he's got to go US.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps going on his little world tours, doesn't he? Please give me more stuff, give me more money, please, we need it, because my wife, she go on too many shopping trips.
Yeah, but
please.
you see, nobody's going to do it anymore, are they? Because the leak has exposed the fact he's been skimming, right? Now,
yes.
So even though he's just been tarnished with that brush, Israel's already come around and said, no, you're getting nothing. Israel said,
think that
Ukraine's getting nothing from us.
Do you know what I think that the actual moment people should have turned around and said no more was?
Go on.
I'll tell you when. The second that, having known for a fact his own bombs had killed a couple of Polish people in Poland, he then went on his little fucking video link and begged people to nuke Russia.
World War III.
Saying that Russia had bombed Poland.
Yeah.
When he knew it was his own bombs that had done it. And yet he went on and he lied. He lied.
He did. He did, yeah. Fake death, like Hitler.
Oh, let's not go there.
Well,
this isn't down the rabbit hole.
It's not down the rabbit hole, but that could well be. In fact, it probably will be an episode when we visit Argentina.
We'll see the death of Vladimir, and then we'll see Vincent pop up somewhere in the United States. Yeah,
Hitler's brother lives in New England. Do you know that?
Isn't Hitler's brother dead?
I think he's dead now, but Hitler's brother lived in New England right up to, I think, the 90s.
Wonderful. Wonderful. I'm going to be honest with you, John.
Imagine being Hitler's brother and living in America.
Probably changed his name. I mean, I'd have changed my name.
Oh my God, Andrew Lomax thinks Diana's still alive. I think she's dead. I think she did die.
Well, that's your next rabbit hole, isn't it?
It is, and Ed might change my mind, but I don't think so.
Nah, I think she's dead.
I think she got bumped off.
Oh, everyone knows she was bumped off at this point. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because you can't have her marrying a Muslim. Especially one whose father has done nothing but fucking campaign to be a British citizen. You know, the guy that owned Harrods. And get continually turned down.
And yet now, they've seemed to have come full circle, the royal family, haven't they? With Diana's ex-father-in-law going to be reading from the Quran at his coronation.
Who? Mohammed Al Mohammed, what's his name?
Charles.
No, but who's going to? Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Is he gonna head with it?
I believe. Well, there's no. I've not heard anything to say that he's not.
This is fucking madness. Al Fayed, that was his name.
Yeah,
but this is
yeah.
absolute madness.
As the head of the Church of England, I'm telling you.
And the head of the Church of Scotland.
Yeah, but every other religious person, including the Archbishop of Canterbury, that will be in that room, will think that is blasphemy.
Yeah.
And they can say they're progressive, they can say they're accepting, but if they fundamentally believe in the doctrines to which they worship and to which they preach, then no, they're not progressive. They're not tolerant. They're not. Because their religion, their God, their way of things is the only way, in their view.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for somebody like the king, who is their boss, essentially, their boss, these people that believe fundamentally, especially the Archbishop of Canterbury, you would think he's probably all in, right? These people are going to look at their boss reading from the texts, the holy texts of another faith. They are not going to like that. And no amount of pretending.
Well, Welby probably will,
because
he's a turncoat bastard anyway, isn't he?
Well, they all...
I find it hard to argue from a position of strength when it comes to religion, because I have very, very little knowledge or inclination to find out anything about it. Was that nice? Do you like that?
This is the best one.
Hitting the spot.
Oh, it's hitting the spot.
We got this, boys.
We got this, boys.
Right, so what's next?
What you got?
What have I got?
Spin it to me, baby.
Right.
What
Let's
you got?
start with Elon.
Elon. I can't nail that man down. I can't. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that is a good thing, because like me, he's pretty unpredictable. I mean, there are certain things that I will do that are very predictable, right? And there's probably certain things that he'll do that are very predictable. But one day we can just wake up and go, I'm doing something. And off we trot and trundle and do stuff. I can't pin him down. I can't decide whether he's genuine. I can't decide whether he's a liar. He's probably, every rich person is probably a liar, and that's just an opinion of mine. But
well, I think sometimes he says things that I agree with, and sometimes he says things I don't, which is probably what happens in normal life. Sometimes he talks shite, and sometimes he talks sense. And he seems to be on the side of sense when it comes to this bill that's going through in Florida.
Yeah.
The one where they want to stop kids being able to change genders until they're of a legal age. And I'm kind of with Elon on that. I think he's right. I think parents shouldn't be deciding a child's fate.
No, they shouldn't. And especially when it comes to, medically intervening and perhaps giving them drugs that will sterilize them, giving them drugs that will do other things, make huge life-altering decisions. Kids at the age of 16 and below have received procedures like double mastectomies. I think you're absolutely right that, we don't allow kids to consent to many things. We don't allow kids to vote. We don't allow kids to drink alcohol.
But Ben, Sophie brings up a valid point here. 22 concurrent viewers.
Yeah, hello.
How many likes do we have?
Yeah, that's a good point.
People, you know what you've got to do, so get it done.
Do what he says. He's scary and Scottish. But the point Vaughan makes here in the chat, Elon is an individual, can't ask for too much more than that, really. Yeah.
Well, no, you can. Well, yeah,
Yeah,
Elon.
yeah.
Oh, of course, Elon thinks he's doing the right thing. But Elon's right thing isn't necessarily the right thing. I mean, sticking chips in monkeys' brains is one thing. Sticking them in humans' brains is another. I think both are wrong, right?
I agree.
I don't
agree.
I don't think we should be augmenting our evolution by sticking chips in their brains, because I don't think
also,
that's going to end well.
I would argue that if Elon believes a child can't consent to these life-changing, life-altering decisions, and I agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. Then surely he must also, in the same vein, believe that a monkey can't fucking consent to a chip being put in its brain.
And how many monkeys did he kill? A lot.
Well,
a lot.
Wow. Or are they just a lesser creature? And they don't have any rights. I mean, I'm not an animal rights activist. I'm the biggest carnivore going. But I can see the hypocrisy here.
There's a difference between eating an animal and torturing it.
Well, of course.
And I think in a lot of cases, these monkeys ended up disabled and disorientated and frightened and terrified and not able to control their bodily functions and things because people had fucked about with their brains. And, you know, that's not... That it's just not right. And while it might just be food to you, Vaughn, do you torture your food or do you just fucking kill it, cook it and eat it?
Well, I will say this. If it ever comes to the point where I have to hunt my own food, I will make sure that I do it cleanly, quickly, and only for food.
Yeah.
Right? You're not going to go out and torture the deer for your venison, are you? You're not.
Yeah. Well, no, you won't, because it spoils the meat.
Exactly. I mean, Vaughan says we would still be in the medical dark ages if not for experimentation. And once again, Vaughan, it goes back to the conversation that we had last night, doesn't it? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Terrible, terrible, awful things have been done with the best of intentions. And they have.
But do you want to augment yourself artificially? Is that what you want to do, Vaughn? Because that's what he's proposing and that's what he's doing. He's not trying to further medical science. What he's trying to do is give you artificial augmentation directly to your brain.
And if it were to have medical applications, such as maybe being able to reactivate sectors of the brain that are impaired and reducing your mobility, say, then absolutely there's virtue in that, I would say. But that appears to be an ancillary sort of look at what he's doing. What he appears to be doing is, like you say, augmentation. And I wouldn't even say it's him doing it, right? He just owns the company that does it.
Yeah, and the worry there then becomes two-tier society. Those that can afford augmentation, those that can't afford augmentation.
Ah, yes, but then we get adept at how to make little personable EMPs, right? We could have a great time. We could have a great time. Oh, you've got augmentation, have you?
Pinch.
Not anymore, you fucking don't.
Make a mini pinch that just boom knocks out everybody within a 10-foot radius. You imagine walking, imagine sitting on the tube and going. You're not like so fucking clever now, do you?
You're so clever now, are ya? Fucking Vaughan will turn up to one of our meets. It'll look like fucking RoboCop.
He'll look like the Coutts of Borg. I am Locutus. Here we go.
I am Locutus of Borg, boys. We got this.
Next thing you know, he'll wake up 3 states away, drilling down his bib. in a care home that he's been there for 16 months before he even remembers what's happened.
He says, imagine being able to blink and bring up Pornhub in your brain.
Well, the problem then, Vaughns, what else would you possibly do? You'd be like the little rat that fucking kept hitting the cocaine until he killed himself.
He'd end up dying of dehydration.
Dehydration and friction burns. So that brings us nicely onto the topic of artificial intelligence, which in my view is indeed an oxymoron, because while it may be artificial, there's fuck all intelligent about it, right? So all these AI programs and things that are running just now, and people are jumping on and going, oh, it does this, it does that, it does this, it can do my homework and everything. Right. These things need to be resisted. Because
this is how we become the people in Wall-E.
Yeah, this is the race. This isn't the race to the bottom, people. This is the race to stupidity. This is the race... Did you ever see the film... to the end of the human race.
Did you see the film Idiocracy?
No, but I have downloaded it.
You do need to watch it.
I will watch it.
You do need to watch it.
AI is the race to stupidity, because if everyone uses AI, right, people just will not think for themselves, and you will end up complete and utter fucking idiots, with not only the state doing the thinking for you, but AI producing everything for you. So you won't be a fit person. You just will not be fit to do anything. It's got to be resisted.
Yeah.
And the countries at the moment that are banning things like ChatGPT are, believe it or not, Russia, China, which I found strange because I thought China would like them to be drones, North Korea, again, strange, Cuba, Iran, Syria, and Italy. In my view, these are the smart countries.
I think in this context, absolutely.
And Germany is talking about banning it as well. Because, you know what? I mean, do you want a doctor that got through their medical exams by using AI? Because that's what's going to happen. Have we crashed? Have you crashed?
No.
Oh.
No.
Were you just staring into space? Were you reading
AI?
No.
No. I've got another one. I've just snared another racist.
Fucking stop doing that while you're on show.
I'll show you later.
That's wrong. So RCW says, banter. I haven't barely laughed for over a decade. Good. I'm pleased that we have entertained you. And if we have entertained you, remember, what we're trying to operate on here is value for value, right?
Yes.
So if you find value in what you do, think about dropping us a little donation. Because that's how we exist. We don't get any ad revenue. We haven't reached the criteria on any of the platforms apart from Rumble, in which we're about 36 cents or something.
I will give you the exact amount if you give me 2 seconds. We have made 35 cents over the course of the Rumble channel's existence.
Not a bad guesstimate. I'll take that. But that's the kind of money that we make from ad revenue. Okay, so if you see adverts, we're not getting anything from it. We're making money for YouTube, but they're not paying us. We're making money for Twitter, but they're not paying us. In fact, there's a point, Elon. Where's the fucking monetization thing that you keep telling us about?
I applied for it ages ago.
I don't even have a button, though. I don't even have a button.
You have to have over 10,000 followers.
Never said that, did he? Well, I would have over 10,000 followers if he'd given me my fucking account back. This is why I don't like Elon, because he doesn't follow through with what he says. Because he said there was going to be an amnesty, and there fucking hasn't been one.
No. No, there hasn't. And that's coming from someone who did get his account back, right? Ministry of Dissent is still banned. That was banned for no reason.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And that's an even bigger account than Disabled Journo, right? And that's still banned. And anytime we try and appeal it, that doesn't come back. So,
I know.
You know,
I know.
But you are right. You are right because he lied. But when it comes to this monetization thing, I applied for it, what, 6 weeks ago now, John? Must have been, right?
Yeah, and you've heard nothing, I know.
I mean, I'll have a look. I'll go into my...
no, don't do it just now. Right, so I'm actually coming to my last item. We seem to be quite well ahead of the game here.
Well, if we end up ending a little early, at least we've given a high-quality show.
Well, I think so. I think so. Right, so anyway, that's my view on AI. AI isn't it. It's nothing than a fucking glorified decision tree, in my view. It's not intelligent.
I agree.
It doesn't exhibit.
No, there's nothing intelligent.
Doesn't exhibit any intelligence at all. It can't even challenge in conversation. What?
A lot of the time, it does like to lean towards murder. It's a bit weird. It does like to lean. It goes there. It goes there.
And it's very biased by the people who program it as well, because while it will sing the praises of Joe Biden, it won't say anything good about Trump, because that's a political statement that's not allowed to make. But yet it can still sing the praises of Kamala Harris. You know, these things are just they just show the
They showed that it
bias.
was programmed.
Yeah, they do show the program and the programming bias. Right. So the last thing I've got. Do you remember? Did anyone watch Wednesday night's show?
Right.
And did you see the China space station?
No. And I was here.
So the Chinese space station was in a pre-roll. Okay.
Right.
And they've got 3 guys standing on the Chinese space station talking to camera, and they've got a laptop and all that on the space station. And beside the laptop, it's a glass of water. Do you see where I'm going?
I do!
There's
do!
Fucking glass of water without a lid on it, and the glass is half full.
Such an optimist.
Okay, the glass is half empty. Can anyone see the problem here? And yes, you can do that with decision tree, Harold. You can do a lot more than you think with a decision tree. Expert systems are nothing more than intelligent than decision trees. That's all they are. There's no fucking intelligence in this. It's not intelligent.
So what I'm going to suggest to you, John, is 3 words. 3 words as pertaining to what you are talking about here. Lights, camera,
action. It's fucking fake.
It's got to be. If there is a glass of water, half full or half empty, just deciding on your outlook on life, then yeah, it's not possible.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It's not possible.
From GCA donation from Dreadeye for you 50.
Yes, she did. You made us wait for it, but thank you very much.
Holy shit!
Woo!
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do. We really do. Thank you so much. Honestly. That might be the biggest... That might be the big... I can't hear it. But I think that might be the biggest single donation the show's had. So
it's close.
Yeah. Honestly, thank you.
Right, so
John will be PayPaling me after that directly after the show.
You'll get it.
Yeah, I can buy some more of this.
Hold on, let me see if I can pull up this.
are you pulling up?
Chinese space station water thing.
Oh, you want to show it? Let's
Yeah.
show it. It's definitely worth showing. No, honestly, Julian Dreadeye, thank you so much. We really, really, really appreciate. Wow, thank you. I'm glad that we entertained you that much, to be honest. You guys do come back again and again, so we really do, yeah, appreciate that.
Oh.
What you got for me, John?
Oh, I've got, right, I'm not going to show it, right? I tell you what, go and have a look at it, because you can, well, the glass of water's there, but it's been fact-checked.
Okay, come on,
Right.
give me the fact check. Give it
Here's
to
the
me,
fact
baby.
check. False. Water in container does not prove Chinese astronauts are not in space. Experts say it's possible for water to remain inside a container in space because of surface tension. It's also possible to fill a container with water in a space station.
Fuck off. Who are these experts?
A fucking glass of water sitting on a table. Fucking at it. They're fucking at it.
At it indeed. And with that, John, I think it might be time.
Yes, I think indeed it
Wind on
might.
down, so that we can call the banners in 15 minutes time.
Team Trash, assemble.
Assemble!
So, with that, yeah. I'd like to thank everyone, and especially those that donated, because those that didn't donate and have never donated, I'd just like to point out, you are the people, you're the kind of people that used to go to places like Menzies and W.H. Smith's and read the magazines.
Oh, fuck off, John. Leave them alone.
No, because... No, why should I leave them alone? Because that's what they do. They read the magazines, they get all the information, and then they put the magazine back and walk out the store. That's what they do.
I would like to thank one and all for joining us every single time that you do come along. I really do appreciate it. And we do really... And he was trying to make a joke there, and...
Well, was I?
Well, who knows? But still, if you are able to support us, you could do so with becoming a monthly subscriber at either patreon.com/Chasing Dissent or indeed Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent. Or you can make a one-time donation directly via PayPal, paypal.me/Chasing Dis. Chasing Dis, D-I-S-S. On Monday's show, I will be starting the campaign for wine whilst I film Paris protests. But what I will say is that donation tonight going straight into the wine fund. So thank you very, very much. John wants me to get that shot. He wants me to get that shot sitting outside a wine bar in Paris, sipping on a glass of wine with the protests going on behind me. And by God, we're going to try and get that shot. John.
So, at this point, I'd like to thank one and all for attending this, episode 28 of Chasing Dissent Live. All in.
We've been doing this for over half a year.
It's been great. For you.
For you.
Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop off. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that we never really want a boss. So I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. Yeah, I'ma do what I want to, something I can't undo. I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way.